Growing up as a cradle Catholic in a small town in northwestern Pennsylvania, I came out in 1981, my first advertising sales job, the small CBS affiliate, and I stopped going to church. And that meant Mass every Sunday. And this was about 1983, 84. I was about right here with the winters of Erie on the Great Lakes. And my dear mother, Helen, now in heaven, and thank you, Jerry, because I had a 2-minute and 30-second script down, but thank you. I'm going to divert a little so that you know why I'm gay and Catholic. She said, Carl, why aren't you going to Mass anymore? Why did you stop? And I said, Mom, well, because I'm gay and the church doesn't want me. And she had this look and she said, who told you that? Jesus still loves you, and you're a baptized Catholic. Thus, I moved to Richmond in 1986, but I started going back to Mass in Erie. And where do I go? Well, I found this small little church similar to my size called St. Peter's Catholic Church on East Grace Street. Very comfortable, small. And I heard about this group called Dignity Integrity that met across this street at this renowned Episcopal church, St. Paul's, that had Robert E. Lee on the pew. And I was, wow, what in the heck is this? Whoa, a support group for me? You know, and I walk into this beautiful library and I meet the likes of a Joe Hilterman, now deceased, and a Bill Harrison and a David Peake who's here. And this embrace. So Dignity Integrity is a religious support group for gay, lesbian, Catholics, and Episcopalians, still existing nationally, had a very active combined chapter here in Richmond, Dignity for Catholics, Integrity for Episcopalians for over 15 years in Richmond, from the latter 70s through the mid-90s, and commonly referred to as DI. We held weekly Sunday night forums of A to Z that Bobby Weinstock and Beth Marshak and Donnie Connor and Dr. Stephen Lenton, informing us, challenging us, and we discussed various topical issues. And on that fourth Sunday, we would alternate between a Roman Catholic Mass and an Episcopal Mass in beautiful St. Paul's little chapel. But if it wasn't for the support of the Episcopal Bishop, Peter Lee, and the Catholic Bishop, Walter Sullivan, and one more instrumental person at the time, the rector of St. Paul's Episcopal, Reverend Bob Hetherington, these religious organizations would not be even supporting in terms of dignity, integrity. I have to give credit to those three because neither group to this day have been fully embraced by the mainstream churches of Catholic or Episcopal. What then morphed, what I was already, these gentlemen and women were already holding this weekly yearly banquet at St. Paul's, we grew. And we ended up having this amazing free banquet. And I say free because we had the business community donating Caribbean trips and Oriental rugs, and that you'd pay $1, and we would have 400 to 500, first at the John Marshall, then at the Richmond Convention Center, with groups, with dancing. And we became very public in that regard, that religious speakers said to the community in Richmond that being gay and having a faith in God is not some enigma, but it's who we also are as a part of us. And I'm so glad that Terry brought up, because I had forgot about this in terms of dignity, integrity, our outreach. What did we do with that money? Well, we supported Richmond AIDS Ministry. Dignity, integrity, and tell me, Terry, if this was correct, one of those Ram houses was behind St. Mary's Hospital, was it not? Originally.
Yeah.
That's where it started.
That's where it started. And the group of Dignity Integrity, we provided the furnishings for that home. I remember that so specifically. And it was enriching, because during that time of the mid-'80s, you're right, brothers were just dying left and right, those among us, and some sisters too. So we helped RAIN, Richmond AIDS Information Network, and the Fan-Free Clinic. And Dignity Integrity helped dispel enormous irrational fear at the time of those afflicted with HIV and the discrimination they were facing. So it's interesting of this, where our banner was shown in terms of AIDS activism, where it changed it, but it's also the part of activism for gay lesbians. But through Dignity's effort, mainline Catholic, Episcopal, Baptist, Methodist churches began their own outreach for faith-based groups, still to this day, that Rodney's involved with in terms of the renewal projects. But Dignity Integrity's greatest contribution was helping convince hundreds of GLBT, Catholics, Episcopalians, and other faith communities that walk back in, take that step into your baptized parishes and join and become integrated into your faith communities. That has helped transform Richmond's community and does to this day. Thank you.